Well, this is another video for the same issue. I'm gonna post the code. I think on the comments I'm gonna post the code and the symptoms for this car, but I can explain this a little bit already. What the car was doing, like every time we wanted to start it, it would start and stop. Sometimes it wouldn't run for, or say, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and then it would stop. Sometimes it would just run for a second and then it would stop. Most of the time it would just start, stop, start, stop. So I happened to pull this line right here, which is for the PCV valve, and it had a lot of blow by, so I thought it was the rings. And then I done my leak test in the cylinders, and they were good. I mean, acceptable. Like, I didn't have that much blow by. So, but I noticed there was a lot of smoke coming through here and a lot of pressure building up. So it had nowhere to go to. So, but what I wanted to say, every time I pulled this line, the car would stay running longer. I mean, it would stay running, but also it would have run very rough and and stall, only idle. So, and then one more thing I did, I pulled my O2 sensor to see if it would run any better, and it wouldn't. So, second thing I did, because I had a code for the turbo, like I said, I'm gonna post it, but I can remember which was the code already, and it was, but I remember it was for the pressure inside, for the boost. It was for the boost pressure sensor. So, and I noticed that with the car off, key on, engine off, I would have the same reading on the map sensor and on the boost pressure sensor. So what I did, like I said, I pulled this line, which is the one that fits the this tube here on the turbo. This is the turbo itself right here. Okay, I removed it, and then I was able to see the turbine, and it wouldn't turn. It would not turn. So what I did, I opened the wastegate valve, and then I forced it to be open, and the smoke would stop right away. The smoke in the PCV, the blow by would stop right away, and the smoke too. So I knew this was my issue. So I first thought it was the wastegate valve in stock or anything, but it wasn't. It happens to be the turbo itself. You see the turbine on this side, that's why it couldn't turn. It wasn't turning because it's broken. And there's the one that goes there. There's the one that. That's the other part. So what I was doing, it was blocking the passage, so the smoke couldn't go through. That's why when I pulled my O2 sensor, it wouldn't make any difference, because I thought it was the catalytic converter being clogged. But and then when I seen the turbine wasn't running, so I decided to pull the turbo, and this is the reason that it wasn't. The engine was choking pretty much. That's what I was doing, because all the exhaust, I mean, it had no place to go to, because it was being blocked. But what I wanted to share this time is, like, if you need to pull this turbo, a lot of people remove the engine and the front end and everything just to replace the turbo. But in this case, I didn't. I just went through here. Let me see if I can go through here. What I basically just what I did, man. Like the turbo was there, right? And then it goes like this. This is where it fits. It fits right there. So what I had to do is just remove the clamp rod. clamp that goes right here, and then it has this upper line. It has this upper line that bolts into the engine block, and then it has another one that is the return. That's for the oil return. So this is the one that goes here in the upper part, on the upper right of the engine, and that's this one right here. It goes. You can see where it goes. It goes somewhere there, and you can access to it from the bottom. So you pull those open. You open the wastegate valve, and by the way, make a mark where this was, where the wastegate valve used to be. So I just made a mark, and that's exactly where I'm gonna put it back on. Okay, you remove this too. Let me show you the clamp. Okay, this is the clamp that secures this too, the turbo to the housing. It goes like that, but it can access this way. So that's a number 10. You completely open this and pull it off. Once that is removed, I also did the tubing, the one that goes, let me see. That one here is right there, so that's a number 7. That had to be removed too. So just pull that open, remove the clamp, remove the wastegate valve, these two lines, the upper and lower, and also remove the sensor for the, I think that's what is it called, is the bypass valve. That's the one that opens when you build up too much pressure. That's the one that opens the wastegate valve, so it releases all the pressure through the exhaust, so you don't have overboost. So it has a plug-in right here. So, but it can be a little hard, but I mean it's gonna save you a lot of time. Also remove this too. This is the antifreeze lines. It has 2 of them. One of them goes right here, the other one right here. So if you remove those 2 lines, the antifreeze, the oil line, the clamp, and the wastegate, and you should be able to just pull it out this way. And then I'm gonna leave the house in there. And, I mean, or if you choose to remove the housing and the exhaust manifold, I mean that's up to you. But in this case, I'm just gonna replace the turbo because the turbine is broken. That's all I'm gonna do. So, like I said, I'm gonna post the symptoms in this video, and I got other videos that I took previous to this one for this same car. I'm gonna post them too. But I got no help or no one that can shoot a video for me, so I'm gonna make this in a few parts. And also I'm gonna post the result also.